Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. I hope you like my new understated look. I thought I'd celebrate a little bit today. This is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 5th of April, going through until Sunday the 11th of April 2021. I'm filming this video on Sunday, so happy Easter to you if you celebrate. I'm going to give you a rundown of what is going on this week, what energy you'll be working with, and how you can use that to your advantage. And the one theme that kept jumping out at me this week is that you have amazing opportunities to really unburden yourself. And I don't mean unburden yourself in the sense of giving other people a piece of your mind, but it's really about letting go of faulty beliefs that you've hung on to for a while, addictions, things that no longer work for you. And even if you've held on to those things quite tightly in the past, you'll be able to let go of them and to kind of move on really easily this week. So it's a really nice, positive, gentle energy. I'm going to give you a rundown of each day. Let's start with Monday, the 5th of April. We've got the moon going into Aquarius. Now, the moon is how you feel, what you're most comfortable with. And Aquarius is an air sign that has to do with communication, teaching, humanity, and feeling part of something. So you find it easy to connect with others on Monday. The Aquarius moon then squares Uranus and Taurus, and Uranus is the planet of the miraculous and unexpected. So information can come in that really influences you, and either it can change your perspective on things, or it can really affect real change in your life. So there's a lot of stuff happening on Monday. The Aquarius moon also sextiles Mercury, the communication planet, and Chiron, the wounded healer, and both of those are in Aries. So you feel positive, you feel powerful, you feel like a pioneer and like you're a leader in your own life, and that it's really up to you to make changes, and you're not going to look to other people to give you permission or to do it for you. So you're really, really empowered and really able to affect change on Monday. You may hear or learn something that disrupts your existing point of view, so be open to that. When opportunities for change come along, or opportunities to make actual changes come along, there's a really good chance that these opportunities are going to work out in your favor. So you have the chance to kind of drop the rock, so to speak, to really let go of things which have been holding you down for a long time. So let go of the burdens that have been troubling you for a while, and you're able to replace them with positives, or at least you're able to make space for new ideas to come in, new beliefs, new perceptions. And you have to kind of create that space if you want to bring in the new. So this is a real kind of spring clean on Monday the 5th. You're really able to let go of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. On Tuesday the 6th of April, we've got the Aquarius moon forming a square with Uranus and Taurus. So now there's friction like there was on Monday. And it's kind of stepped up a little bit because the Aquarius moon also trines Mars and Gemini. So we've got really powerful masculine energy that says you do things by yourself. So that sense of independence and pioneering spirit gets even stronger. It conjuncts Saturn in Aquarius. So the rules are kind of optional. The rules that have been so stringent and have been mandatory and beyond questioning for a long time suddenly lose their hold over you, and you're starting to kind of think for yourself and say, are these rules appropriate, or can I make my own rules? The Aquarius moon also sextiles the sun in Aries, and the sun in Aries is your consciousness, it's your identity, and that really says if you want something in life, you've got to do it for yourself, you've got to get it. And that's not a terrible thing, because you have the energy and the drive to overcome obstacles and to really get what you want. So on Tuesday, you'll have a really strong sense of focus, and setting goals will be really easy. The moon also sextiles Venus in Aries, so the planet of love and beauty in the sign of the Ram says, if I want to love, I have the right to do that. If I want to get things that I enjoy and love, it's up to me to bring those in. And it also sextiles Chiron in Aries. So doing what you want is kind of healing to you in a sense, and compromising and forcing yourself to dismiss your own needs is going to be somewhat difficult, and it may make you somewhat frustrated, cranky, and grumpy. So do yourself a favor and really ask yourself, what is it that I want to do with Tuesday? I've been given this day, it's my day, I've got an opportunity to live my best life and really do that. It's going to really pay off. Venus in Aries also sextiles Mars in Gemini. So Venus is the feminine, Mars is the masculine, and when those two form aspect patterns with one another, there's the possibility for new beginnings, new relationships, love and romance. Mars in Gemini is very articulate and very communicative. It looks for opportunities, it wants to express itself, and it's not particularly shy. So you really feel good in yourself, you don't feel overly conflicted, and if you have an opinion and a viewpoint, you feel justified in having that viewpoint. So if you're a writer or if you have to kind of argue your case, Tuesday is a great day for it. In terms of news coming in from the outside world, that continues, and it's really important that you keep your eyes and ears open to see what is coming in, especially if you're planning to make changes to your work, to your living situation or relationships. There's a great sense of enthusiasm on Tuesday and really the potential for love and romance. You'll find it easy to socialize and to get on well with other people, so pay attention to anyone who shows a real interest in you, someone who hangs on every word, someone who laughs at your jokes, someone who's really kind of obvious about the fact that they want to connect with you. That could blossom into a new friendship or even into a new romantic relationship. So that's really light and positive on Tuesday. Wednesday, the 7th of April, we've still got the moon in Aquarius. So the first 3 days of this week see an Aquarius moon, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of change and upheaval, social activism, technology, innovation, the future. So you are able to connect in the here and now, but you're not just believing everything as it is the only way it could be. You kind of have a part of yourself, like in your peripheral vision, on the future, on what could be, and that's really positive because you're able to then steer things in a way that work for you, and you're not just seeing them as one-offs or things that are the way they are and you have to accept them. You really feel like you can engage with stuff and you can make positive change. So you again feel very empowered here. The Aquarius moon on Wednesday conjuncts Jupiter in Aquarius. Jupiter is the lucky planet. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, so it's responsible for growth and expansion. And in Aquarius, it's really open-mindedness and the willingness to see things differently and to broaden your own horizons and to say, well, I've looked at this certain issue or place or person in a particular way up until now, but I can really be generous and open that up, and I can learn new things, and I can see things differently. I don't have to be stuck in a rut in a certain way of looking at the world. So this is really liberating and freeing, and you're teachable. You're able to really get some new insights which improve the quality of your life, free you up, and also make you feel more positive overall. The moon enters Pisces later on in the day on Wednesday the 7th of April, so there is a shift now, and Pisces is more about taking things because you believe in them, or someone else who you really respect and someone who's in a position of authority. They tell you what things are like. So the independent thinking gets a little bit smaller as Wednesday progresses, and you're more interested in the powers that be and the good that already resides in the universe and how you can connect with that. So it's a really, it may seem like a minor difference, but it is a significant shift because you believe in good things and that you can see things differently, but the onus is on you for the first 3 days of the week. And then on Wednesday, you start to think, okay, I can think independently, but there is already a lot of good out there in the world. There are good systems of belief that I can align myself with, and I don't need to reinvent the wheel here. I don't have to work as hard. I can make friends with, or I can join an ideology or a way of seeing the world that really suits me. So you become less independent with that, and you become more cooperative and easy to kind of get along with. Ultimately, you're able to shift a faulty belief that has been troubling you for a long time. Education, a course, a workshop, or anything where you're connecting with other people and you're communicating, that's going to be likely to influence your career positively. Your intuition and creativity are really heightened with that moon in Pisces. So if you're working in those areas, they're really going to be supported by the astrology. and you'll find yourself being really, really productive. So if you're working as an intuitive, a psychic, an artist, a musician, a music therapist, a hypnotherapist, a script writer, anything like that, that's really, really supported on Wednesday. Also, watch out for this, because you could have an extreme emotional reaction on Wednesday, especially to things like rejection or any kind of negativity. So brace yourself, or kind of prepare yourself mentally for that, because you will be able to manage your feelings when it comes to circumstances that are outside of your control. But if you're blindsided, you may have a really strong reaction, and then you'll have to work to kind of wind down from that and to fix things if you blow up, anything like that. Having said blow up, last week in the weekly horoscope, there really was the potential for major conflict and anger. I don't see that this week. It's much more personal. You're much more easy to take on other people's point of view and to work them through yourself and to disagree or not disagree. But the emotional kind of volatility is gone. And you're much more calm, and you'll find it much easier to kind of relax and to ease your way into things, and to also open up your own inner world and to see what valuable, interesting, creative things lie within you. So you're not as interested in other people. So any conflict that comes up this week is going to be much more easy for you to handle. On Thursday, the 8th of April, we've got the Pisces moon forming a sextile with Uranus and Taurus. So now the inner world is kind of rumbling and saying, hello, pay attention to me. I want you to feel and see certain things, and I want you to then put your stamp on the real world, and I want you to make changes based on your imagination and your feelings and your beliefs. So even more personal now. So we're kind of going from the outside world and we're going inward as we get into Thursday. Your imagination and your intuition are really, really lit up on Thursday, and the unmanifest becomes fascinating and informative. So whereas you've been taught and you've got lots of news from other people and the world so far, you're starting to get news from within. So listen to this inner sense of good. It's really going to support you on Thursday. If you struggle to be inspired, like if you're a writer and you haven't written anything for a while and it's just writer's block, or you really dislike to meditate or to do anything spiritual because you think it's just pointless and a waste of time, you'd rather be making your shopping list, this day, Thursday the 8th of April, is a really good day to try again. You're really likely to have a breakthrough in that area, because the link between the physical world and the spiritual realms is amazingly strong, and there aren't a lot of obstacles kind of distracting you or keeping you from making progress. And it's like having a mobile phone connecting you to the unmanifest. So it's really easy to connect with yourself, and that's why trying these spiritual practices, which ultimately are meant to help and guide you, trying those again is going to really work in your favor, because you'll make contact with something good, something that supports you. And I don't know about you, but in my case, I can use all the help and support that I can get. That's why I meditate. That's why I try and connect with my higher self. That hasn't always been my favorite thing. It's something that you have to, well, I think some people are naturally connected and they find that very easy. I have loads of earth in my chart, so it did not come naturally to me. I had to kind of work at it. And I tried lots of different meditation techniques before I found one that worked for me. And once I did find it, in my case, it's transcendental meditation, which is just a mantra meditation. It really, and I'm not overstating this, it was really the most life-changing thing that could happen to me. Because not only did it give me a sense that the universe kind of is a good place, whereas before I didn't feel that, it also connected with me with myself. And it said, do you know what? Your own beliefs and opinions do matter. And you do have a right to how you feel. And again, for some people that may sound like nothing, but for me it was like getting myself back. It was huge, and it still is huge. So try that again if you really find meditation just, oh, so boring, it's so dull. It really isn't. If you're just sitting there bored and you're concentrating and it's just a nightmare, try a different type of meditation technique. It's meant to support you. On Friday the 9th of April, we have the Pisces moon forming a square with Mars and Gemini. So that is interesting, because Mars in Gemini is like my needs. I want to go out in the world and experience stuff and communicate things. The Pisces moon is very quiet and it says go within. So Mars doesn't particularly like that as far as I'm concerned. So there may be some friction there. The Pisces moon also conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. So a whole world of imagination and water and intuition really opens up to you, because Neptune is the outer planet of love and dreams and hopes and what could be and what you're feeling. So all of that intangible stuff becomes really important and accessible to you. And the Pisces moon also sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. First time we've had Pluto, the planet of transformation, make an appearance this week. Mars in Gemini then squares Neptune in Pisces, and if Mars in Gemini didn't like connecting with the Pisces moon, then it really doesn't like squaring Neptune in Pisces. The mental image I'm getting is taking a soldier who's trying to march on and get somewhere and throwing him in the lake. He's not thrilled. He's going to have to get himself out of the lake, dry off. So with that said, there could be a sense of, oh, you know, I'm not making as much progress as I would like to, and I'm being forced to look at all this romantic stuff and feelings and dreams. So do yourself a favor and allow yourself to feel your feelings and to dream your dreams, rather than to say, I have to get out and I have to move forward and I have to be productive. So it's really a nice kind of relaxing, luxurious energy where you can really take a little swim in the pond. Mercury in Aries, that mitigates that to a certain extent, because that says you need to set goals and you need to achieve those goals. It conjuncts Chiron in Aries. So I love that, because you're still goal-oriented, but you're moving towards those differently, and you're doing it through a sense of being present and enjoying yourself with what is, rather than what could happen in future. So on Friday, you may feel somewhat lethargic and less than productive, and that is okay. You're more interested in comfort and the little luxuries of life than you are in hard work and rolling up your sleeves and lifting heavy objects. Try and manage your schedule so that your most productive area is, or the areas of your life where you have to be most productive, that those are taken care of before the weekend. Because the weekend, Friday and going into Saturday, Sunday, it's really about leisure and having a good time. So if you really need to get a lot done, try and do it during the week, during the business week. On Friday, the potential for love and romance is there again. So allow yourself to tap into that by connecting with others in every area of your life. So friends, family, work, colleagues, new friendships. It is not the day to be a hermit, so do try and at least connect with other people in some way. Opportunities come via other people on Friday the 9th of April. On Saturday the 10th of April, the moon enters Aries. So that is a major shift. We're going from the last sign of the zodiac and the unmanifest into the first sign of the zodiac. It's like springtime, the ram that says I'm going to push forward. And also I'm getting an image of a ram using its ability to kind of barge through things as a warning signal. So you feel even more confident now, and you're able to put down really good boundaries. And if someone encroaches on you, to say, actually, this is unacceptable and I'm going to push back if you're going to push at me. So you're really safe in the sense that other people aren't able to encroach on you so much, or not just people, but circumstances and things that usually would cause you a major reaction. You're really able to take those in your stride very easily. The Aries moon conjuncts Chiron in Aries, so still doing what you want is really healing. So really make yourself a priority this week and do what you like, and find something that you like and do it. It sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, and that's great. Oh, okay, your rules, those are really interesting, but they don't really apply to me anymore. Thanks, bye. And that's really freeing. Mercury in Aries sextiles Saturn in Aquarius. Yeah, so there's a conflict between my thoughts, my beliefs, what I think is good and right and beautiful and true, versus what you think, and you don't feel threatened. So if you have certain beliefs and you can't share those beliefs because the mainstream is going to come down on you very hard, you have the confidence to really say, okay, well, let them come down, I'm going to share what I want. Really freeing. And you know what, I'm getting this unburdening of faulty beliefs. What I really think one of the big beliefs that you can get rid of is that you're not entitled to your own opinion, and that you're not safe if you speak up for yourself. I really feel that you outgrow that and you're able to say, okay, it may not be 100% safe, but I'm able to take care of myself, and I'm willing to take that risk to honor my views, my opinions, my beliefs. And that is an essential part of growing up and embracing yourself and what you stand for. Venus in Aries sextiles Jupiter in Aquarius. Oh wow, even more. So if you pursue things that you love, and if you engage things that you enjoy and love, Jupiter brings you the opportunity to expand those things. It brings the opportunity for good luck, for change, for growth. And because it's in Aquarius, growth via other people, and also the perception of other people becomes much more generous, and you're able to connect in a way that's much more meaningful. So on Saturday, with all of that said, having fun is going to be your number one priority, and for good reason, because you can really have a blast on Saturday, and it can be a scream. You can have the most amazing time. Things feel uncomplicated and straightforward, partially because of the moon in Aries. It doesn't burden itself with a lot of nuance, so things are really on point. You're patient, you're open-minded, and you're easy to get on with, which doesn't come from the moon in Aries. That's more Jupiter in Aquarius, so you get the best of both worlds. You know, you can either move ahead and set your goals and overcome obstacles, but it's a little bit more difficult to be patient and considerate while you're doing that. And on Saturday, somehow, miraculously, you're able to bring the two together. So having a good time may seem frivolous, but it's actually very healing. So you have the opportunity to heal through having a good time and by having fun, rather than going to therapy and digging around in all the pain and healing it that way. So this is a real gift from the universe on Saturday the 10th, that these really fundamentally opposed characteristics combine, free you, and allow you to heal in a way that feels more like play than work. So make use of that opportunity. I always talk about this. It's like, why do we have to make spiritual progress through pain and suffering? Why can't we make spiritual progress through fun and parties? And it's been answered on Saturday the 10th of April. You can make spiritual progress through having a good time. So go play volleyball, or dance, or go for a walk, or do anything you like, and really do please yourself. It's not selfish, it's not frivolous, it's an essential part of your spiritual development. Finally, Sunday the 11th of April, we've got the Aries moon now conjuncting Mercury in Aries. So the communication planet and the way you feel, very much aligned. So your opinions aren't going to be held back. You're much more forceful in what you're saying, so that could bring up some conflict. It sextiles Mars in Gemini, wow. So really, I'm speaking, okay? Don't interrupt me. Thank you very much. I haven't finished my sentence yet. And if you're someone who's codependent, that's not going to be in your repertoire, doing stuff like that, to say, actually, I haven't finished speaking. So you become much more assertive, and that's a good thing. But if you're someone who is very, very confrontational in your face, you could go a little bit overboard with that and really become bossy and kind of hammer people with your point of view. Don't do that. Try and find a middle ground. Of course, it's good to speak your mind and to speak your truth, but you don't need to browbeat other people with your opinions. It also sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, and Saturn in Aquarius, I feel, is very sedate this week. It's kind of like, yeah, your rules, your belief system. It seems very far away, and it doesn't seem to influence you very much, so that's very freeing. Venus in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn, so doing what you love can have a major, major real-life impact on your world and on your future. So on Sunday, with all of that strength of opinion, you have more of an appreciation for your truth. But again, somehow, through this energy, you're also able to listen to other people within all of that. So you're not at risk of going overboard and bossing people. So you have an appreciation for what other people are telling you and what you can learn from them. it's a good thing because you may learn something via another person today that you've never come across. People are able to introduce you to new activities, new friends you've never met before, places you've never visited. And all of that comes from other people's world experiences, and your world collides with someone else's, and they bring a good part of their world into yours. Make a very simple example. A few years ago, I had a friend come visit me, and she knew the area very well, and she said, let's go to Devon, let's go to St. Nerin's Glen. It's this amazing like waterfall, and it's the most beautiful. Look it up, it's near Tintagel. I think it's in Devon, it might be in Dorset. Anyway, the place is called Tintagel, and Merlin was born there, and St. Nerin's Glen is really nearby, and she was aware of these places and she introduced me to them, and I absolutely loved visiting that, and I still remember it to this day, and it was a really special thing. I would have never seen that place or discovered it if it hadn't been for my friends, so thank you very much. So that's the kind of thing that be open to. A relationship which has been undefined up until Sunday the 11th of April may grow and blossom into something more serious, and you really have the potential to see a future with that relationship, or to see how it could work out. So you become much more certain in your feelings, and it's a great day to make a commitment and to ask yourself, how do I feel, and to get a really clear answer back. So all the work you do earlier in the week pays off, because as it relates to your relationships on Sunday, it allows you to make clear, good decisions which are going to serve you in future. So isn't this a great week? It looks like a lot of fun, it looks really, really positive, and it doesn't look like this is going to be one long slog and one obstacle after the other. You really have the chance to have a great time, to let loose and to enjoy yourself and to heal yourself in the process even better. So I hope you have a fabulous week. I do personal readings, and in my personal readings I use, and I'm saying that because I ran into someone yesterday who asked me if I did. She watches my videos, but she doesn't know if I offer personal readings. So the answer is yes, I do personal readings. And in those personal readings, I use astrology, I use numerology, and the tarot. And I combine all three, and I also am an intuitive astrologer. I look at the numbers, I look at the cards, I look at what your chart says, and when I read those symbols, I often get intuitive messages, and I include those in my readings because I feel that the divination systems are a tool to kind of guide you, but then the intuition is really the thing that connects you with the higher self, and that is, in my experience, spot on, and always, because it comes from something bigger and more, it comes from something that has access to all info. And that's not going to lead you down the wrong path. And that's why I listen to that, because in my experience, it is right and accurate. So I do that in my personal readings. And if you have any questions about what to do for work, or what's coming up in your love life, or how you can change to improve your relationships, or what you can do to progress spiritually, or which places are in the world that really hold certain energy for you and that you ought to visit. If you have any questions about what is going on in your life right now, or what you ought to do in the future, or things that are naturally supported via your chart, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. I can easily answer all of those questions by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That allows me to draw up the chart, and that's a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. And the thinking behind astrology is as above, so below. So the way the planets were at the moment of your birth, and the energy that they were kind of sharing and expressing, that is something that is inherently yours. You were born under that energy, and that energy is going to stay with you for life. And that's why the chart is so amazing in showing you who you are and how you're influenced by outside things. So anyway, if you have an interest in getting some answers, or looking at your chart, getting a second pair of eyes, then please do get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join this amazing community of people on this channel. And by the way, guys, I just want to thank you so much for being part of this channel. And I've been doing these videos for a few years now, okay? And in the beginning, when I first started to, first of all, I did the tarot readings, and I don't appear in those because I couldn't appear, because I am not the most confident person in the world. And as time has gone on, I first made the weekly horoscope like lots of years ago. I was still in Manchester, and it was so hard. I was covered in sweat and shaking and nervous. And years later, I've grown, and it's just built my confidence, and it's because of you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It hasn't just allowed me to share the info on astrology, but it's also allowed me to grow as a person. So thank you so much. So join us here on this channel if you want to be part of that. And yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video online if you want to share this with other people so that more people can see this and join the channel. That would be great. Have a wonderful week. I will speak to you for the daily tarot readings next week for the weekly horoscope. Oh, and we've got a moon, a new moon, on Monday the 12th of April in the UK. If you're in the States, either on the East Coast or the West Coast, or you're in South America, it happens very late at night on Sunday the 11th of April. So I'm going to make a separate video on that and give you an idea of what that new moon is about. So I'll make that in the next few days, so watch this space. And that's it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best.